Absolutely. I think one of the other really big stories was that Caleb Williams, he and Shane Lee made appearances, as did Lincoln Riley with Pac-12 Media Day. Caleb Williams basically just laughed at the idea that Jordan Addison came to USC because of the NIL. Like he basically just laughed. Like he said that like over a dozen other players were telling Jordan Addison, "Hey, come to USC." Like this is about making you a better football player, and that's the thing that USC fans and myself personally have always wondered about in terms of the furor from Pittsburgh fans and other outsiders about this whole saga. Like, nah, Jordan Addison couldn't come to USC because he wanted to grow into an NFL caliber wide receiver, wanted to boost his draft stock, wanted to become a top 10 pick. Nah, he never would have come to USC for that. It was just for the NIL money. Like, get out of here, right? He's losing his offensive coordinator, Mark Whipple, who's now at Nebraska with Scott Frost, doesn't have Kenny Pickett. He's getting Caleb Williams, like, as though you wouldn't transfer to USC based on those football developmental reasons. No, it's only about the NIL money. Like, that was always absurd. It never made sense. And so I just took pleasure in Caleb Williams just laughing, basically, in terms of not just what he said, but how he said it, in terms of the idea that Jordan Addison went to USC just for the money, right? I mean, he could have gone to Alabama. He could have gone to other places. But no, he actually liked Lincoln Riley's ability to develop NFL caliber quarterbacks. Imagine that. What an original concept, right? So, that the idea that it was just a cash grab, as though other schools couldn't have made competitive offers. So I mean, we're ready to put this to bed, but I just keep looking at all the comments and all the aftermath about this and the lingering resentment toward Lincoln Riley, as though he's this evil genius, who uniquely ruined or eroded college football. I can't help myself, Mark. I have to keep raining down the thunder on that absolutely absurd idea. And now Caleb Williams has thankfully joined the parade. Well, really glad to put this one to bed.
I am not an NIL expert, but I have gained a lot of insight, not thanks to my research, but I have done research, but thanks to a lot of people like you and tons of others that come on here, and a few that are actually directly involved with NIL collectives that we have spoken with, that know how it works and what type of money we're talking about. And of course, we hear about the high end money. So based on putting all of that together, I got to think that Jordan Addison, being the best player on the Pitt football team, the most NFL ready person on a Power 5 team that is probably in the top 25 to 30 programs in the country, not USC, but a top 25 to 30. He had NIL opportunities. He could have made a lot of money at Pitt, made money, whatever you consider to be a lot of money, whether that's $80,000 or $300,000, whatever it is. But it seems like a lot of players in his position are weighing the NIL aspect of it, but they're also being either by their own wisdom or being coached in such a way to know this is nice, but let's keep our eye on the prize. It's developing your playing skills, your career, and surrounding you with those type of players as well to get you to a first round of the NFL and not a fourth round of the NFL draft, because that sets up the first contract, which sets up the second contract, and is worth so much more money to you.
Yeah, and it's such a basic thing. Don't you want to be surrounded by the people who are going to put you in the best position to succeed? Like, really, that's it. Like, there's not a lot more that needs to be said about that. You want Caleb Williams throwing you the ball. You want Lincoln Riley calling plays, but more than that, teaching you finer points of how to play your position. Like, you want that. And you're going to get a much better football education, or setting aside academic education, at USC than at Pitt. So that's it. Like, that, we don't have to overcomplicate this. And it's really just hilarious how people thought, well, only USC could offer these gobs of money, like no other program could. Get out of here.